What is an IEC? Well, it stands for Immediate Environmental Concern, and it's the highest priority case type for the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. The reason it's so important is due to the urgent need to protect public health, safety, and the environment. An IEC occurs when you, the receptor, are exposed to contamination. The department identifies 3 types of IEC. There's direct contact, or touching contaminated soil, vapor intrusion, which is breathing contaminated air, and potable water, which is drinking contaminated water. Let's discuss the 3 types of IECs in a little more detail. The Site Remediation Program identifies an IEC when there is an actual discharge of hazardous contaminants to the ground, like a spill from a gasoline tank. This may lead to the 3 types of IECs we just mentioned. Let's look at this as if a large gasoline tank just spilled onto the ground. First, let's discuss direct contact. This is where contamination in the top 6 inches of the soil occurs, and physical human contact with the contamination can have an acute human health exposure. Next, let's talk about what happens when the gasoline contamination travels deeper into the ground. The second type of IEC, which is vapor intrusion, is now possible. Vapor intrusion occurs when the contamination releases gases that become trapped beneath a building, and those gases enter your living or working space through the lowest level of the building, usually the concrete slab of your basement. If this happens, there's a potential for you to breathe in these contaminated gases. Lastly, what happens when the contamination finally enters groundwater? If this happens, a potable water IEC can occur. This is where there's a potential for you to drink water that has been contaminated by the spill. Now that we've discussed the 3 types of IEC conditions, let's talk about how the department protects you. The department protects the community by identifying these hazardous spills and sampling the area which may be impacted. There are specific health-based standards for determining each type of IEC condition that I just described. When one of these IEC conditions occurs, the department has requirements to also investigate surrounding areas, whether they be additional buildings for suspected vapor intrusion or potable wells used for drinking. Whether an IEC condition is identified at your property by the department or a licensed site remediation professional, our goal is to protect you as quickly as possible. This can be achieved through treatment options that are available, whether it's a point-of-entry treatment system to protect your drinking water or a sub-slab depressurization system, similar to a radon system, to protect your indoor air. As I've described the importance of an IEC, the department has created a GIS layer to indicate IEC cases across the state of New Jersey.